You are not afraid of dying. You are terrified of realizing you never existed as the person you take yourself to be. Right now, the entity you call me is playing its most dangerous game. It loves spiritual books. It loves enlightenment videos. It loves seeking. Why? Because as long as the ego is seeking liberation, it keeps itself alive as the seeker. The moment you seriously ask, "Who am I?" the game changes. As you move closer to truth, the inner noise often becomes louder. Doubt appears. Restlessness appears. You suddenly feel the urge to click away, check your phone, or think about something else. This is not a coincidence. It is resistance. It is the ego's last stand. But here is the surprising part. Most seekers mistake this resistance for failure. In reality, it may be the closest they have ever come to seeing through the illusion. The ego fights hardest when it feels most threatened. Ramana Maharshi said, "The ego has no real existence. It survives the way a fire survives by constantly consuming fuel. Every memory, every worry, every personal story feeds the flame. The ego thrives on movement, conflict, and becoming. The moment self-inquiry begins, the fuel supply is threatened. That is why surrender can feel like death. The mind throws everything at you: fear, boredom, frustration, even spiritual pride. Suddenly a thought appears saying, "I finally understand non-duality." Be careful. The one claiming understanding is often the very illusion being exposed. The thief has simply changed clothes. To explain this, Maharshi used a powerful metaphor. Imagine a house where robberies keep happening. A detective arrives and promises to solve the mystery. He searches every room. He asks questions. He appears sincere. Yet the thefts continue. Why? Because the detective himself is the thief. The ego acts exactly like this false detective. It organizes the search for truth. It buys books. It plans retreats. It talks endlessly about awakening. But it never allows attention to turn back upon itself. The moment you shine the light on the one who is seeking, the disguise begins to crack. When the ego senses that its game is ending, it whispers frightening stories. It says you will lose yourself. It says you will become empty. It says you will lose your sanity. These are lies. You do not disappear when the ego dissolves. Only the illusion disappears. What remains is the silent awareness that was present before every thought, during every thought, and after every thought. You do not need to destroy the mind. Simply stop believing its claims. Let it protest. Let it panic. Let it throw its final tantrum. And if the noise in your head feels especially loud right now, do not be discouraged. The illusion thrashes most violently when its foundation is shaking. Sit quietly. Turn the light around. Ask yourself, who is experiencing this fear? Then remain with the silence that follows.